The Dark King, a name whispered through the aeons, carries the weight of an ancient prophecy. This figure stands as a symbol of an apocalyptic god, one whose emergence is tied to the very fabric of the cosmos. It is said that this entity was first named in an era before humanity's ascent, a testament to its deep-rooted existence in the lore of the universe. Across species and realms, prophets unbidden have spoken of the Dark King, a harbinger of the end times. In the lore, the Dark King represents a paradoxical blend of destruction and divine ascension, a being that transcends the dichotomy of chaos and order. The discussions recount how, before the fall of the Eldari, the pantheon of chaos was incomplete. The birth, or rather the manifestation, of She Who Thirsts did not mark a beginning but an occurrence, suggesting that the gods of chaos and entities of divine power are not bound by linear time. They propagate through the Empyrean, born and reborn, existing in a state beyond the temporal confines of the universe. This being is thought to embody the culmination of chaos and order, a god yet unborn whose rise could signal the end of all things. It's a concept that challenges the very notion of divinity and power, suggesting that the gods of chaos themselves, as mighty as they are part of a cycle that could see their own obsolescence in the face of the Dark King's ascendancy. The rise of the Dark King is foretold as the ultimate cataclysm for humanity, a fate mirroring the tragic downfall of the Eldari. This god yet unborn, envisioned as the embodiment of destruction, devoid of mercy or purpose, signifies the end of human civilization as it is known. As the prophecy unfolds, humanity is depicted as succumbing to a primordial chaos, their existence extinguished in a baptism of fire. The emergence of the Dark King heralds a new era, one where the galaxy lies shattered, its inhabitants consumed by a maelstrom of bloodlust, pestilence, and blind desire. Within the ashes of this once great civilization, the Dark King is said to rise, an omnipotent deity reigning over the remnants of a broken galaxy. This paints a picture of a universe teetering on the brink of annihilation, where the very concept of reality is challenged by the unfathomable power of the Dark King. It is a prophecy steeped in despair, yet it is also a reflection of the cyclical nature of the world, where every end is a precursor to a new beginning, albeit one that may be fraught with darkness and turmoil. And the Dark King is humanity's fate. This Horus Heresy is not one of loyalists against traitors. It is not about the conquest of terror and mankind by chaos. It is certainly not about a son at war with his father. This is the triumph of ruin. Horus and the Emperor have taken their conflict to such a pitch that humanity is about to suffer the same fate as the cursed Eldar. The human race will die in birth fire, consumed by blood rage, pestilence, violent transmutation, and blind desire. And from the grave pyre of our civilization, the broken galaxy will see Horus rising, absolute and complete as a new, true, and terrible god. It all started with the Emperor of mankind, a beacon of order amidst the chaos, wielded power that threatened the very existence of the Chaos Gods. His ambition to sever humanity's ties to the warp sparked a cosmic conflict. The Horus Heresy, a war that pitted brother against brother, was not just a struggle for dominion, but a stage for a deeper, more profound conflict. In a moment that would forever alter the cosmic balance, the deities of chaos, traditionally ensnared in their perpetual conflict, momentarily united against a common foe, the Emperor of mankind. This alliance, dark and foreboding, was predicated on a shared recognition of the Emperor's quest to liberate humanity from the warp's malevolent grip, an endeavor that threatened to undermine the very foundation of chaos's power. Through cunning and manipulation, these gods set in motion a plan of unprecedented deceit, aiming to topple the Emperor from within by exploiting the bonds of trust and loyalty he shared with his primarchs. This grand scheme culminated in the Horus Heresy, a galactic civil war that plunged the Imperium into an era of darkness and betrayal. From the embers of this orchestrated chaos was prophesied to rise the Dark King, a figure of apocalyptic power and dread. As Horus, once the Emperor's most trusted general, succumbed to the whispers of chaos, he transformed into the embodiment of the prophecy, a beacon of ruin marching across the stars, sowing destruction in his wake. As the heresy unfolded, the galaxy trembled at the prospect of the Dark King's rise, a figure of dread and prophecy. This entity, born from the crucible of war and betrayal, represented not just the culmination of the Chaos God's machinations, but a new dawn of destruction. The war, a facade for a deeper, more existential struggle, hinted at a future where the Emperor and Horus, two titans of humanity, were but precursors to the emergence of a deity of unparalleled power. The Horus Heresy, then, was not merely a bitter battle between father and son. It was the birthing pains of a new god, the Dark King. Amidst the carnage and the psychic turmoil, the very fabric of reality quivered in anticipation of this birth. Horus, swollen with the dark energies of the warp, became a conduit for this nascent power, his rebellion a catalyst for a transformation that threatened to engulf the galaxy in perpetual darkness. As the final battle loomed, terror became the stage for a spectacle of cosmic significance. The air was thick with anticipation and the fervent prayers of the faithful. All eyes turned towards the heavens, in awe of the impending ascension. Yet beneath the surface of this grand display, a twist of fate was unfolding, one that would redefine the boundaries of power and divinity within the galaxy. The Emperor found himself at the crossroads of destiny. The ascension he faced was not one of triumph, but of necessity, driven by the burgeoning might of Horus, now a conduit for the chaotic energies of the dark gods. Seeing this, the Emperor's resolve hardened. He delved into the depths of the warp, seeking the power to counteract Horus's newfound dominion. This desperate act was a double-edged sword, offering salvation and damnation in equal measure. The very essence of the universe seemed to shudder as the Emperor absorbed the warp's power, his form becoming unfathomable. This transformation was not without its witnesses. Malcador the Sigillite could only watch in horror as the Emperor transcended humanity, becoming something both magnificent and terrifying. The Emperor's shadow grew long and dark, a harbinger of the upheaval to come. As he embraced his newfound power, the fabric of reality itself seemed to warp and twist around him. The Emperor's final form was a testament to his indomitable will, a being of pure energy, cloaked in darkness and lightning. His power was a maelstrom, unrestrained and wild, capable of laying waste to friend and foe alike. As the Emperor's might surged, his actions cast long shadows across the realms of reality and the immaterial. He even slew his own custodians when he used them as conduits to his power. Within the warped reality Horus had crafted, the Emperor moved with a singular purpose: to bring about the end of his son. His presence a beacon of wrath that dimmed even the fiercest demonic entities into silence. This realm, a nightmarish reflection of Horus's ambition, now bore witness to a reckoning. Olanius Person, a figure from the Emperor's past, emerged as the voice of reason amidst the chaos, challenging the Emperor's descent into darkness. Their confrontation with the weight of history and the possibility of redemption marked a changing moment. Olanius's plea served as a call to the Emperor's fading humanity, urging a retreat from the brink of irrevocable damnation. The Emperor's response to this intervention was a cataclysmic release of energy, purging the corruption that had begun to take hold in his soul. He relinquished the mantle of the evolving Dark King. With a surge of power that rippled through the fabric of reality, the grip of corruption was shattered. The blast of energy, a cleansing fire that swept across the vengeful spirit. It banished the warp madness sown by traitorous legions. Although the Emperor's decisive hand momentarily halted the Dark King's ascension, it merely postponed the inevitable.